Hello, welcome everybody. James Rush here with the Yongin chapter, and we've been very honored to be at the right place at the right time with the second Saturday of the month event falling in such a way that we could play host for this award ceremony. And so we want to appropriately welcome you by playing a quick audio clip. Greg.
Perfect.
Wow. Hurry, people, hurry.
Quiet! Quiet on set!
Lights.
Like this?
Camera. Action.
Where is the dog?
Cut.
Like this.
Perfect.
Cut.
Where is the dog?
Lights.
Hurry up, people! Hurry!
Camera.
Quiet on set!
Hey, where's the dog?
Music! Cue the music!
Smile.
Cut.
Perfect.
Ta-da.
All right. Yeah, thanks for putting that together. This whole journey has been really, really interesting to watch unfold and to be closely connected, but not exactly in the mix of all the planning. But we do have a couple of the planning committee members here, and I am going to turn it over to you all as much as I need to. How is that? Annika and or Kirsten or Lisa? I know Rhea was going to jump in as soon as she was available, but there's and Jeanette, you all want to give us a bit of a heads up and an idea of what we're looking at in the next 5 or 10 minutes and other explanations. Please share.
So I know the closing ceremony was delayed. We had to collect our minds after running that weekend and really sit and look at the people who were doing these films and putting and submitting these wonderful pieces of art to our little conference. So hopefully within the next few minutes, we'll have Rhea coming in, and we are going to announce the winners and what they're receiving for participation in the Reel to Reel conference games. And we'll find out the winners of the filmmaking festival as well. So that's what we can look forward to in this session.
Great. And by a show of either emoji hands or physical display, how many of you did give a presentation or were part of the overall conference in one capacity or another? Awesome. Great. And when Sigi, you mentioned not shared. Is that is there audio issues or concerns by anybody there?
Oh, I think there was just expecting a video, but it was a soundtrack from, if I'm correct, it was a soundtrack, right?
Yeah, that was kind of a lead up soundtrack. Okay, so the couple of guests that we do have here that were either presenters or speakers, do we want to go through a little bit of that list? Would that be helpful? And make mention, especially for our visitors that did not attend the national conference, and we do hope to see you at future events, but feel free to ask any questions and put them into the chat room so that you can kind of catch up to what's going on. We know that there's a couple of you that just are here totally just brand new to whatever's going on. And so we are celebrating what took place last weekend with the national conference here in KOTESOL. So Kirsten, or maybe David or Heidi, Lisa, you all were quite involved in a number of matters.
Yeah, I thought I could start just by saying a little bit about how hard so many people worked in so many different capacities behind the scenes. We had this amazing combination of regular sessions related to ELT, but also we had our film festival. So it was just this beautiful beast that we put together. And I also wanted to just highlight the amazing kind of games we had, the flip hunt, the Easter eggs, that actually made visiting the sessions really enjoyable for me. And it just kind of brought everything together and just made me feel more connected to the event, because we're online, we're all geographically located quite far away from each other, but I just felt we all had a kind of a connection and a sense of purpose, apart from obviously just learning lots from all the wonderful presenters and the panels as well.
Definitely echoed. There was a lot of hard work that was witnessed from those of us that were kind of in the loop enough, but not exactly in all the planning committees. Quite impressive as far as watching all the way back from when the decisions were first made to take on the national conference. When was that made? When was the national conference like established, and when did things really start rolling along?
I think it was in May where we started working, but I'd have to check when it was approved. Yep. Okay. So it's been most of the year. A lot of us have been in meetings, like several meetings a week. It's been a lot of work, but we're happy with it.
Great.
So I'm joining for a little while because I actually have to teach today before and after this. Mm-hmm. Just let me know when it's possible, because we have pre-recorded the award ceremony that we'd like to share with you. And I'd also like a minute to just read off a list of names at some point. Thanks.
Actually, now would be a great time. So okay. I hope in the recording you are front and center with your amazing green background there. And
all right. Well, thanks, James, and thanks for hosting us and all the people who are here today. First, I would like to just mention people who were involved, and at the end, I would love for everyone to give them a big round of applause. So these are people on the committee. These are people who helped with planning or advising, presenters, room host volunteers, and a whole slew of people who were involved. So I'm going to just go through that list. And at the end, if we could get a round of applause. After that, I will share the award ceremonies with you that we pre-recorded. Okay. So I have Adriana Garcia Marquez, Adrian Saw, Allison Bill, Andrew White, Annika Kasem, Ashley Ford, Autumn Wright, Brittany Cardamone, Brian Alkema, Brian Hale, Cheryl Woke, Colette Grant, Sirius Sethna, Daniel Bailey, Daniel Morris, Daniel Cherry, Danielle Kinnison, Danny Jones, Daryl Healy, David Kluge, Dorothy Zamak, Erica Coachman, Erin Wushte, Fiona McMartin, Frank Solak, Gary Ross, George Kokolis, Greg Lewis, Heidi Van de Voortnam, Isabel Fernandez, James Papel, James Rush, Jamie Fraser, Jared McGee, Jeanette Kranick, Jeff Kuhn, Jeff Morrow, Jessamine Price, Joanne McQuaig, Jocelyn Wright, John Breckenfield, Jose Domingo Cruz, Julian Warmington, Kara Wagner, Kieran Donaghy, Kinsella Davies, Kinsella Valleys, oh, we got her name wrong, I'm so sorry, Christian Razak, Lindsay Heron, Lisa Huntsberger, Lisa Maxwell, Manny Sane, Michael Free, Mike Peacock, Mila Saha, Nathan Jacobson, Nemahaya Park, Nicholas Simpson, Omar Ruggiero Pineda, Patrick Murphy, Rebecca Perez, Reese Randall, Rob Dickey, Sam McDonald, Sarah Slagle, Shannon Rossell, Sophia Mavridi, Stephen Henneberry, Stuart Gray, Sunil Matani, Teresa Beadle, Victor Reeser, Virginia Hanslian, and Wayne Finley. So if you guys don't mind unmuting your mics and giving them a round of applause. Thank you, everyone. And without further ado, I have the awards. So I will screen share and show you the awards for gamification first. Okay, so please wait while I just pull that out here. And I should just make sure you can hear me. Okay.
And here are the winners for the Easter egg hunt. In second place, winning her choice of an ebook from Ways Goose Press, is Namiko Tsuruta. And in first place, winning the coveted one-year KOTESOL membership, is Jessamine Price.
And up next is the second place winner of the Flip Hunt, George Kukolas. Congratulations. And you will get to choose your choice of ebooks from Ways Goose Press.
So in first place for the Flip Hunt is Jessamine Price. And she's winning an awesome prize, which she has been contacted about. So congratulations to the Flip Hunt winner.
Okay, I have the pleasure of announcing our winners on the Discord server. So the most active people on the server, in third place, we have Glenda Gallardo. In third place, congratulations, Glenda. You have won your choice of free ebook from Ways Goose Press. In second place, we have Sarah Slagle. Congratulations, Sarah. You have won the amazing Express Publishing book, English for 21st Century Skills. And finally, in first place, the most active person on our Discord server is Dorothy Zimak. Congratulations, Dorothy. You have won a free KOTESOL membership for a year. Congratulations to all of our winners.
Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the award ceremony for our filmmaking festival. We had several wonderful student films and non-student made films from all over the world, and we really hope that you enjoyed watching them and felt inspired by them through this event. Now, it's not a competition, but we just want to recognize some of the wonderful achievements by these filmmakers and thank them for their participation. So our first award for today is the Creative Achievement Award. We've partnered with our friends at the Liquid Arts Network, and they've chosen one film to recognize for an outstanding creativity or resourcefulness. And the winner in the non-student made category goes to The Antagonist by Kinsella Valleys. Congratulations, Kinsella. Great work. And in the student made category, the Creative Achievement Award for Liquid Arts goes to Exchange Diary by Studio Gyoza. Congratulations, everyone. Okay. All right, and our next category is the Cotissell Performance Award. We know that it's difficult to make a film in a second language, so we just want to recognize some of the outstanding achievements by these films. The winner in the non-student made category is The Annual Meeting of the Onion Society by Heidi Nam. Congratulations. All right, and the winner of the KOTESOL Performance Award in the Student Made category goes to Effort Bears Fruit by Studio Allure Isles. Congratulations. All right, our next award of the evening is the Viewer's Choice Award. We asked all of our conference participants to watch the films and cast their votes, and this is what they said. The winner of the Viewer's Choice Award in the non-student made category goes to the Annual Meeting of the Onion Society by Heidi Nam. Congratulations. And in the student made category, the winner of the Viewer's Choice Award goes to Effort Bears Fruit by Studio Allure Files. Congratulations to the winners. And I'll just say next, the best film. I'll let Rhea.
Da 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 da.
And our final award for our filmmaking festival is Best Film, the non-student made category. Who's the winner?
In the non-student made category for Best Film, we have Development Interlink from Mongolia. Let's give it up to them.
Yay.
And in the student made category for Best Film, we have, drumroll please, Dreamer by Studio Flowers.
Yay, congratulations.
Congratulations.
And a special thank you to all of the filmmakers who submitted videos to this event. Wonderful work from everyone. And it was really enjoyable and inspiring to see your films. Thank you.
Okay, so there it is. You know now who the winners are of all of our categories. And we couldn't be happier with everybody's submissions and participation and just the event itself. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Over to you, James.
All righty. Well, we are more or less done. The transition that we're going to make here is going to be one of a little bit of reflective practice, a little bit of introduction for what everybody is experiencing and going through. And so as a group, this is a pretty decent size group here. I just like to offer an opportunity for some people have logged in and maybe they were part of the process or not, but a couple of the winners are actually here also. I noticed Dorothy and Kinsella. And so if you would like to give your acceptance speeches or just a reflection of as to what's going on, we want to make this as red carpet as possible. And so it's let me do this and make a decision for you all. Kinsella, are you there and available?
Hello, Kinsella, thank you to the judges. In the name of all participants in my film, actors, crew, and musicians, I'd like to say thank you very much, and we are very honored.
Great. And we're not on a major set or in some kind of music hall setup, so we don't have to wait for the commercial to come in. We don't have to wait for people to go back to their seat and everything. We'll just jump right on over to Dorothy. Dorothy, would you like to make mention?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I don't know if people know this, because if you're in Korea and you're in KOTESOL, you might not know what other people are saying about you. So I thought I would share a little bit of that. About a week before the conference, I got an email from my room host saying, hey, I'm your room host. is there anything you would like me to do or not do? Do you want to be introduced? Do you want to not be introduced? Do you want me to keep time for you? Do you want me to keep track of questions? And I've never had anyone do that for me before, to ask in advance, what would you like? And that was so nice. But I took her email without her name and I posted it in a closed Facebook group. And I said, hey, shout out to KOTESOL who is doing it right. And there were half a dozen comments from former plenary speakers and keynote speakers from KOTESOL saying, oh my gosh, that is one of the best conferences. They are so nice. They're so helpful. They're so dedicated. They have a great audience. You have a worldwide reputation of speakers who love you and participants who love you, and yay, well done. Well, I do appreciate how enormously hard it is to organize a conference, to organize the speakers, to get everything done. There's the tech challenges, there's the people challenges. I'm like, oh, I didn't check my email, but the committee who put that all together, you are so good. But please know that we see how good you are and we appreciate how good you are and we talk about how good you are. So that's why you have a global reputation. Thank you guys.
Awesome. That is not something that can really be followed up by any one guy right here, I tell you. What I would want to do is allow for maybe some breakout rooms, and or a couple of you do need to get back to either grabbing a lunch and then heading out to your classrooms. But
sorry to interrupt. Sorry. I do see there are some more winners in our audience that I would love to hear from if possible. Do we have time for that?
Yeah, most definitely. Yes.
Yes. And all the way from Mongolia, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name right, Setski Yundenduerch, you were the winner of the best film. Would you like to speak about how you created the film? As well as Heidi Nam was also a winner in the film category. And if I'm missing anyone else, let me know, but I'd love to hear a few words from you guys. Thanks.
Can I start if I may?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for accepting us, because really in Mongolia, especially in the rural areas, teachers would not have no clue about this conference, KOTESOL, and this film festival. Just internally, under the small project, the skilled teachers, English teachers, which does include some, non-English teachers. And we had a small activity among ourselves, internal one. And then I saw your, ad on the social media and sent an email to the organizers, to the committee, and then two very dear, people I see now today in person. Of course, I saw your photos, Kristen and Ria. Thank you so much for your patience, for being so helpful. And I just want to say thank you. This is a great honor. And more importantly, I would like to say to everybody today that we're traveling to the countryside next Friday to meet all these 85 teachers. This would be the wonderful present to them. Thank you all again.
Yeah, and Heidi, who pulled a couple different duties, if you want to speak to that, but more so, congratulations on this maybe unexpected win, because it sounded like the process was more fun than anyone can really understand.
Oh yes, the process itself was definitely a win. I had so much fun this summer putting this together. And, the creative process is so much fun, working with the actors. Everybody has their own spin on the role. Everybody has ideas that they contribute. And I think whenever you do a creative project, you're interacting and feeding off each other's energy, and that's a reward in itself. And, this was one of the most fun things I've done this summer, one of the most fun things I've done in a long time. I wouldn't have done it if KOTESOL hadn't given the challenge, if the national conference hadn't given us the challenge to do this. And I learned new skills. I learned about video editing. it gave me a push in terms of learning Korean as well. And so I'm just really grateful for the opportunity and the fun it's given us, and the social interaction. I mean, people see the video and they comment about it, and it's a conversation starter, and I've enjoyed that so much. And I kind of wonder what's next. What's the next challenge Cotissell is going to throw our way? And I'll be really excited to see it, whatever it is.
Great, great, great. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause one more time for that. I have not had a chance to really dive into some of the details of the other committees, and if there was something that could be helpful for people to get a little bit more insight into the time. I mean, we know it's hours, we know there's a lot of happening, but just like with film and putting together a story, designing and putting together a conference, there's a lot of different personalities involved. There's a lot of different work ethics and things. And so as we take a look at the different committees, would anybody like to make note or mention of a skill you picked up, of something that was really an unexpected win from this process? I probably should put it to gallery so I can see if any hands are being raised. Feel free to unmute and speak for yourselves, and as an audience member that was just fairly aware.
I see David Kluge's hand.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
I had two things that I wanted to say. One was related to what Dorothy had said, and about how the room host treated her so well. There's one step just before that, and that is Heidi Nam sending out messages to all of the presenters saying, "I'd like to introduce your room host," and then with a list of questions, and then the room host then following up on that email. That is one thing I learned. That is one thing I learned from this conference, and that is, it's one thing to just make the list of room hosts, but to set up a whole culture of hospitality in that whole process was something that was really, really wonderful. And I just had so much respect for Heidi and work that she did there. And the second thing is, I was coming from outside of Korea, I was just astounded by all of the talent that Rhea had put together to make this huge undertaking. It was just, I've said it many times, it was just really exciting to work with everybody. And I don't think anybody said, "Thank you, Rhea, for putting together this conference." So I'd like a round of applause for Rhea.
Well, I just dropped it in the comments, but honestly, we really needed our whole team, and the people that came together to work on this were all fundamental to pulling this event off in so many ways. And I just like to say thank you for the literally hundreds of hours that were put into this event by the committee and the presenters and the people who promoted us and supported us. So thank you once again. It was great. Better than we expected, I think. Would anyone else in the committee like to share a few words before we move to the next agenda? I see Lisa's hand. Lisa.
Well, I just wanted to say that for me, being all the way here in Japan, this was wonderful to have been a part of this conference from so far away. And Dorothy said this in the comments, and it's so true. That's one of the things about online conferences that has been really great. And it's being able to be a part of it and be a part of the planning committee from so far away. Like I would have never had this opportunity, and just being able to be as creative as we were, to have done all that we did, and to see how wonderful everyone is, that was really amazing. And I had a great time.
Nice. All right, Greg, I see your hand going up there. Let me make sure I'm not in my office or the spaceship. We got a couple screens where you're able to move things around fairly easily. Greg, go ahead.
Thank you. I just from the perspective of I feel like I'm just a newbie coming in and starting the first really conference I had anything to do with was the international conference last winter, and coming in kind of late to that and seeing how that went. And then I thought having that opportunity to talk to Rhea and Kirsten and some of the others early on, like right at when they were just beginning to do that planning at the end of the international conference, and having, I don't know, like a front row seat or that inside track early on, and seeing the blood and the sweat and the tears that went into the planning and the bringing together of all that everyone got to experience and celebrate this last in the November 3rd to 7th, it just blows me away. I can't say enough about how impressed I am and how much I learned from watching them do this work. That group of ladies, actually, as Dorothy mentioned there, it's just an amazing group of ladies that brought this together. I can't applaud enough. So thank you.
Great. Not just good, but great. One of the, I do want to make sure that there's an out for people, so you feel comfortable with saying, okay, I'm thank you, but I'm done. But I also don't want to miss any comments or observations. Heidi, you did mention your thoughts about what's next. And I haven't talked about this with the Yongin committee people, but an idea was seeded and thought about. But I wonder if the Yongin chapter, because usually this weekend is usually our chapter conference, and I wonder if we could do some kind of smaller version. It certainly wouldn't be to the scale of this, but just a creative portion of the conference that is committed and dedicated to doing this. The idea of creating videos or possibly creating podcasts, creating right now is November, it's NaNoWriMo, like writing novels. And so those kinds of things, a speech contest has always kind of been in the back of my head, as far as knowing that that's a usual thing that a lot of Hagwons like to participate in. So I'm saying all that to say that I on a regional conference level, I would like to see this possibly continued. But I'm also saying that if I do that, I'm going to be calling each and every one of you. So, but others that are in the crowd, yes, go ahead, David.
No, I was just raising my hand. Count me in. I'll be there to help you out.
Okay, sounds great. Good. Well, I'm glad there's still a couple people from Japan around. What we're going to try and do is actually look at all the speakers and plenary sessions and just kind of figure out what you might be talking about over there in that conference, or just reflecting on what we have accomplished here in KOTESOL. I feel like the main core idea for today's time and session was definitely to be available for the national conference. There's also over in Taiwan, down in Taiwan, in Ederock, their international conference is happening this weekend as well. And so there's just a lot happening, continues to keep moving, going on and on and on. So I want to wrap up this session. And if you do want to stick around and just kind of kick around ideas, if you have a teacher question, a teacher problem that you would like solved, we can hammer that out. Got a question that I'll try and address here in just a moment, but one last round of applause for everybody, and then we will say a tout à l'heure to Rhea and others that need to get to teaching. So one round of applause. Mutes unmuted and open and available. Alrighty, yeah, high fives, fist bumps. And so as we take care of what other things need to get done, I'm going to stop the recording at this point and hopefully edit that or maybe put it all the way up. But